Lexus has just gone back in time. No, not with the DeLorean, but with their best-selling ES sedan. The ES 250 is returning to America for the first time in about 29 years, as the original ES 250 was launched with the Lexus brand back in 1989. And of course, that was alongside the legendary LS 400. And usually a new model variant for Lexus is a reason to celebrate for the Japanese luxury brand. But this ES 250 feels more like a slap in the face than a high five. Welcome back, Lexurious Fleet. My name is Kirk if you're new to the channel. And this channel really started with Lexus and Toyota and it's grown. But if you're into Japanese autos, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and let's get into this new ES 250 with all-wheel drive. Over at the Lexus newsroom, ES family grows for 2021. All new all-wheel drive and a new Blackline series, which is the first time I've seen a Blackline on an ES. And man, does that look weird seeing ES 250 and all-wheel drive next to ES. And like I mentioned in a previous video when we got the update for the 2021 model, we know blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert is now standard. But it's only standard on luxury, F-Sport, and ultra luxury grades and all-wheel drive. No blind spot monitor standard across the whole lineup, so that means base models and premium models. That is just a head scratcher to me. Let me know what you guys think on that one. So the enhanced ES lineup with this all-wheel drive and these new Blackline editions will come in early fall 2020, so I'm gonna say October or even late September. It's a near miracle, guys, that the ES is finally getting all-wheel drive for the first time ever. So what about this all-wheel drive system? Well, it's the tried and true Toyota 2.5 liter inline 4 with a whopping 203 horsepower, getting about 28 miles per gallon. And this system is no different than the system you see in the Avalon all-wheel drive and the Camry all-wheel drive. We've been needing all-wheel drive in the ES for 20 years now. It feels like the ES should have had all-wheel drive for a long time. This is a premium high-end luxury brand. Yes, it's based on the Camry, but this is Lexus and Toyota we're talking about. They can figure out how to engineer to put all-wheel drive on a Camry platform. Look, I mean, my 04 Toyota minivan Sienna has all-wheel drive, and they could have modified that system to fit on an ES back then. But, so 203 horsepower, it's a complete joke. And I'm happy I don't have to be a salesperson for Lexus with this car out now. I can't recommend it. The only way I can recommend it is if you absolutely live in a crap environment like northern Canada or something where it snows 300 days out of the year. But even then, I'd just be like, no, you need more ground clearance. Go get like an NX, RX, GX, LX. You need something more with more ground clearance and a more robust all-wheel drive system. And if you want a sedan with all-wheel drive, well, the GS is dead, but the IS has just been refreshed again for 2021. And I would take that absolutely over this because you get two options in the IS that have a lot more power. You get the 260 horsepower 300 IS 300 all-wheel drive, which is roughly 60 more horsepower than this. And then you also get the 311 horsepower IS 350 all-wheel drive and the F-Sport guys. Well, what if they kept the price down on this? Well, they kept it down kind of. It's really the same price as the entry front-wheel drive, but you get 302 horsepower in the standard ES. So you're telling me just to get all-wheel drive I have to give up 100 horsepower? Exactly. Now, why couldn't they have modified their hybrid setup to just stick a small electrical motor to power the rear wheels? They definitely could have done that. The freaking Prius, guys. The Prius has an electric all-wheel drive system. That way you wouldn't have to give up the efficiency of the hybrid. And there's no way it costs that much more to stick a small electric motor, to give it 30, 40 horsepower for that small electric motor in the back to power the rear wheels. No, they wanted to use this modified RAV4 system that is plugged into the Avalon, plugged into the Camry, makes an incredibly low 203 horsepower, and put the Lexus badge on it. It'd be better off for Lexus to not have brought this to market because this is a joke. Every single luxury automaker is laughing, and it makes sense to put in a Toyota, Camry, and an Avalon. Like, no one's gonna care. Like, oh, I can get an all-wheel drive. Okay, I can't get the V6. That's okay. But we're talking about a luxury vehicle here that costs well over $40,000, and the fact that if you want all-wheel drive in a car in 2020, you have to not only give up 100 horsepower, you have to give up fuel economy, because the hybrid smokes this thing in fuel economy. I can't recommend this over the hybrid, not even close. It has less horsepower, less torque, and less efficiency. We're back in 2021 with the ES 250, all-wheel drive. It's not a luxury experience, and it's just hard to see what Lexus was thinking. Yes, they need an ES all-wheel drive for them to keep up with the TLX that's coming out, because that's going to be a freaking awesome car. Oh, but you know, again, in the TLX, even the base one, they get 270 plus horsepower and all-wheel drive. So plus you get all that torque in that TLX, or like 280 pound-feet of torque, because it's turbocharged. And guys, you know, I only get upset about Lexus. No other car brand that I cover on my channel do I get super happy, excited for, and also super, I don't know, distraught. Is that the right word? I just get super frustrated because they're capable of creating the best luxury vehicle in the world. At least they were 30 years ago. And the fact that they take out all the redeeming factors, high efficiency or really good V6 power, and they take that out of the ES and they put a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder just to get all-wheel drive is a joke. They're better off without all-wheel drive with this joke of a setup. But there's got to be something else, right? We were just talking about these Blackline editions that are new, so I guess I'll cover that. All right. 2020 ES 350 Blackline Special Edition. Sorry guys, if you wanted the ES 250 all-wheel drive, you won't be able to get it in your black edition. It's only limited to 1,500 units, and it's only available with the F Sport grade, so it's going to have the adaptive variable suspension. You're going to see ultrasonic blue mica 2.0 obsidian and ultra white, and this is the first time we've seen this interior, so it's going to have a white and black coloring with gray stitching. And typically what we've seen with Lexus Blackline editions, if they have a unique interior, they're just like testing it out for the next year. So I almost guarantee the 2022 ES F Sports are going to have this black and white interior as an option. You don't have to get a special edition to get it. You just have to wait a year. Ooh, but you get black outer mirrors. And I have to say the wheels look really good. The F Sport wheels, they painted black. I think they look real sharp, especially, gosh, either in obsidian, I mean, even in ultra white, but yeah, this ultrasonic blue mica 2.0, these black wheels look real good. But we know the windows aren't going to be tinted like this from the factory. And to make it just a little bit more special for you guys willing to spend a little bit more on the Blackline Special Edition, you get 0 Halliburton 2-piece set of travel cases exclusively for Lexus. We saw that with the GS Blackline Edition. It was essentially the farewell edition as they killed the model. They offer the 0 Halliburton. I think they're also offering it on the 2021 NX. I can't wait for that redesign coming in about a year from now for the 2021, or sorry, it would be a 2022 at that point. NX redesign, that car is really the only thing that has me excited for Lexus, other than the LC 500 convertible. But who's got 100 grand to drop on that? Now looking at these colors here, it doesn't look like any new colors from the new IS are making it over, which is just a sad thing. So you get all the same colors that you currently have had since last year, or I guess I should say the 2019 model. And the only 2 colors with the 2019 model that you got were Sunlit Green and Moonbeam Beige. I don't mind Moonbeam Beige. Sunlit Green's a little too old person green for me. Now the Ultra Luxury gets something new, a new semi-aniline leather trim seat color called Rich Cream paired with Espresso. They have a cream color in the NX and it's horrendous. Nobody likes it. I've met very few people that like that cream color, so I hope it doesn't look like that NX cream color. Now it also is not getting the new Lexus Safety System Plus 2.5 that the IS is getting. But yeah, you guys know that Lexus is one of my favorite automakers out there, and I know more about Lexus than any other automaker. So when I see something new for them, I get really excited. But the fact that this is more of a gut punch or just like a slap in the face. Oh, ES buyers, for so long you guys have been asking, and I'm not an ES buyer, but I'm just trying to personify Lexus here as best as I can. Oh, you've been asking for all-wheel drive for so long. Well, we're going to give it to you, and it's going to be a very efficient 4-cylinder. We're going to be able to split the torque 50-50 between front and back in slippery situations. It's going to take care of you on those really awful winter days, and you're not going to have to worry about not getting to the place or get stranded somewhere, because this all-wheel drive system is really going to take care of you. Well, you know what? It's also the same all-wheel drive system that's in the RAV4. It's also the same all-wheel drive system that's in a Camry or an Avalon, and it has 203 horsepower. We're living in 2021, guys, and you have to spend 42 grand to get 203 horsepower and all-wheel drive in a luxury car. I don't know. I definitely will see you guys in the comments below. And yeah, it just hurts a little bit because I want the brand to do well. It's better for them not to have this model at all. The only way that they have a model right now that has all-wheel drive, and I accept it based off their current setups. Of course, we all want the ES 350 V6 all-wheel drive. They can't tool it for that. The transmission won't work. So they have to modify the RAV4 setup, but no one's going to want this. And the fact that it's not cheaper than the V6, it's not really much cheaper than the hybrid, and you give up all that efficiency. Guys, I could talk about this for days, and I really don't have any direction to this video because this is more of a rant. It's me just sharing my thoughts, my feelings. Disappointed is probably the best word that I have for the ES 250 all-wheel drive. Welcome back, ES 250. We've missed you for about 30 years, and you come back and you really haven't changed much. It's a steady of a 4-cylinder now instead of that 2.5 liter V6. You have slightly more horsepower now, which is kind of a joke, but at least back in 1989, you could get the ES in a 5-speed manual. At least you could have some excitement. Don't buy the ES 250 all-wheel drive, guys. Buy an IS all-wheel drive, buy an NX all-wheel drive, buy a UX all-wheel drive, buy a freaking Prius all-wheel drive. Boycott this vehicle. I don't know what else to say, but Lexus, speak from the heart, no one wants you guys to do better, to have compelling products than I do, as I sold your products for years, and I believe in them. I still believe in them, but not this variation of the ES. It's more of a slap in the face to fans, to buyers of the brand, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the comments. And you know, usually I ask you guys to smash the like button earlier in the video, but it's hard to like anything about this ES 250 all-wheel drive. Yeah, just like if you feel me. If you feel, guys, if you feel the sadness, feel the disappointment, give me a thumbs up, and maybe we can all just kind of wallow together with this joke of a vehicle. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Feel free to press the join button if you want to support the channel even further. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. And until next time, peace out. Take care of yourselves. I love you.